Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Wednesday the 8th. Maths face. I haven't even started and I got maths face. We're in a heat wave again. So I'm in the pizza oven of a house. So this might be slightly shorter today just because. Yeah, Wednesday the 8th. We are moving from Moon in Aries to Moon in Taurus, but not until 21:31 here in the UK. How's it going where you are? There are no words. There are no words. Well, hot. Hot might cover it. Anywho, we are using today MJ Cullinane, the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Good solid deck this is. Very decent cardstock. Almost unshuffleable, it's so good cardstock. And very good book. I must say, MJ Cullinane, anything she produces, a bit like the one I can never remember the name of. Kim Krantz. Yes! Whenever they put stuff out, it's always good. Like, it's always solid and decent and good cardstock and reliable, and also quite a good price as well to buy, which is very nice. So, anyhow, Guardian, oh, hello. Guardian of the Night Tarot. Ooh, that's interesting. That one wants to come out. We can also have a good game of identify the animal. Ew, what's that? Oh. Love that one. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy card, we have, I'm in trouble with my camera today, 5 of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful card, and we have been getting more than our fair share of the 5 of Pentacles recently, haven't we? It's come up a lot in the monthly readings, and it's come up a lot in the daily readings, and I do have periods in my life when the 5 of Pentacles just comes up a lot. It's always a message to listen to your heart. I know. But it's always a message to back yourself in terms of your hunches. And as we have been discussing in this Mercury retrograde casserole of nonsense, it's more important than ever to back yourself in your hunches, because you don't get a lot of confirmation from, you know, people or facts or things like that. And also things have double meanings in Mercury retrograde. So the facts can look absolutely great, but they still don't add up to what you're experiencing at the time. Okay, so we've got what I'm going to say is an owl. You reckon? It's got an owly face. Do you love a good tree stump as well? There's a place near me that has like some cut down trees, that very old sort of place, and old trees and things, but it's just very interesting how the stump weathers, you know, and it just becomes a thing in itself and like a whole new ecosystem. So I think we could read from that actually. If you've been cut off from something, or if something's been cut down, or if you've been displaced, it's like there is mystery and magic in even this tree stump. You know, this can be yours. You can make your mark. It's that kind of energy, which I really like. It's a 5 though, so we appreciate that 5s are disruptors, and you know, 5s are disruptors, and it's a slightly unsettling energy. You know, where we have in the Rider-Waite version the 2 people who could go in the church, but they don't go in the church, and they're like, no thanks, I'm going to hobble around on crutches with my broken leg. It's that kind of energy. But sometimes, and I've done this, where you get in such a bad mood with something, you're like, I'll do it now, you know, and you do it with all this military gusto. You're like, you know, and you're full of harumph and hms. But you really get the job done. It's like, well, and there you are then. Then we have the High Priestess. What a fabulous card. And it's interesting because we have the High Priestess, which is number 2, and the Magician together. So these two showing up together is quite a big deal. We've got masculine energy, feminine energy, what is hidden, what is obvious, what is unconventional, what is conventional. I feel like you're going to have to dip into your hoard of feminine energy and masculine energy, and you're going to have to just read the situation as to which one to go into, or whether you can be really clever and blend them both. Difficult to do, but always optimum. I think that is a bat, even if it is wearing like, it looks like it's wearing like a blue smoking jacket. Hello. But also with this one, is that a raccoon? Or a badger? I don't know, but you can probably tell me. So, okay, you have the wisdom, you have the feminine wisdom, which is more of the woo-woo stuff. You kind of need to ride 2 horses with one arse with that one. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and I think that's a cow. I love cows. And then a hare, maybe a white hare. Queen of Pentacles is always, it's quite clever because normally she's always surrounded by woodland animals and stuff. So there's something very bovine about this. There's something very, cows, you know, they do charge occasionally if they're mother cows, and they've got, if you go near their babies and stuff, that can be quite dangerous actually. But generally cows are quite sort of sedentary. Well, not sedentary, bovine. It's like they're here, they weigh a lot, they're in the field, they do this sort of stuff. They're happy where they are as well. They've got really good energy, cows, really good energy. So that's our energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And sometimes, particularly during these kinds of times, you better be happy with what you've got, because there isn't really an alternative. So it's always better to lean forward and choose the impossible. Do you know what I mean? Then there's this one, which is really bad. 3 of Swords. Oh, hello. Hairband on my glasses. What is this? This is like, I think, is that a creature that's been caught in a trap and died? Or just a buried creature with bones? I don't know, that whole thing I find a little bit off, a little bit difficult. But anyway, it's 3 of Swords energy. Underneath these things, there is something that is a bit more difficult that you may end up digging into a bit. Okay, I wouldn't really encourage following that too far, but you know yourself. And then lastly, thank God, after that, we get one of my favourites, which is the World. Bees are glorious, aren't they? There's something just so, what's the word? Satisfactory about a bee. That doesn't do it justice at all, but anyway, they're great. I have been stung by one. I did not like it, but they're still great. So we have the World, and eventually, jam tomorrow, you are closing the cycle on something. It may feel really frustrating. Okay, if we look at these cards a minute. As they race down the hill, you can see, you know, you've got your High Priestess, you've got your Magician, you've got this difficult path, you've got endurance, you've got the pain, but then you've also got the cycle. Okay, so it's a real marathon, not a sprint energy at the moment. I can't say that enough. I'm going to go and sit in the fridge. Leave me a comment and I'll see you soon. Namaste.